So good morning students. So today's topic that we would like to discuss is the chemiluminescence. The meaning itself describe what is this exactly means. Means the meaning of this chemiluminescence is hidden inside these definitions. So chemiluminescence is defined as the production of light by a chemical reaction and is thus the reverse of a photochemical reaction. So chemiluminescence means light is emitted by means of a chemical reaction. That means there must be a particular type of chemical reaction. If this happens, then light is emitted from this reaction medium. And what does photochemical reaction means? For to undergo photochemical reaction, you have to irradiate the sample or the reactant with a particular wavelength of light. That means these two phenomena are just opposite to each other. For chemiluminescence, you means light is emitted from because of the reaction, and in photochemical reaction, to undergo reaction, you have to irradiate the sample with light. So in order for a reaction to be chemiluminescence, it must furnish sufficient energy to raise at least one of the reactant or intermediate to an electronically excited state, so that as it returns to the ground state, it emits energy in the form of radiation. It means to undergo chemiluminescence, first there must be some chemical reaction, and because of the chemical reaction, there is a huge amount of energy is released, and utilizing this energy, one of the reactant molecule is promoted to the excited state. And we know that excited state is not a stable condition for a molecule or any kind of species. So when it returns back to the ground state, it emits energy in the form of radiation. Okay, so some chemiluminescence reactions are the glow of phosphorus and its oxides. This is very common example, because sometimes you observe there is certain glowing species in our home also. We observe that it contains phosphorus, and when in the night we observe that some very greenish yellow type of light or greenish white type of light is emitting from this particular species. So they contain actually phosphorus or any oxides of phosphorus. So what happened, the white phosphorus particularly, it's very soft material actually. So when white phosphorus comes in contact with moist air, and the upper layer of the phosphorus is evaporated, and when it come into contact with this moist air, it undergo a oxidation reaction and forming some very reactive intermediate PO whole 2, means phosphorus oxide whole 2, and HPO, hydrogen phosphorus oxide, and both of them are reactive species, and when they are interact, and when they are coming back to the ground state, they emit radiation. Because of this, we observe radiation from white phosphorus. And second example is the oxidation reduction reaction of hydrogen. So hydrogen is another example of where we can observe the chemiluminescence. Third one is the very interesting and is a natural source, is cold light emission by glowworm. You know what is glowworm? In the night, particularly in the summertime, you observe that lot of glowworms are just blinking. This is because they have a very special type of protein inside their body. This is name or this protein of the name of this protein is luciferin, and when it come into contact with the oxygen of air, and they have the another catalyst to promote the oxidation of this lucifer, is the luciferase. Luciferase is a catalyst which catalyzes the oxidation of luciferin to undergo a excited species, and when it returns back to the ground state, it emits radiation. So cold emission by glowworm, this is an example of the bioluminescence reaction involving the oxidation of luciferin, a protein, by atmospheric oxygen in the catalytic process using luciferase as a catalyst. Okay, and the fourth one is the reaction between alkaline solution of H2O2 and either chlorine or hypochlorite ion, which produces a red glow at a number of wavelengths, and one of the glows has been identified as resulting from the excitation of the oxygen produced in the reaction. That means when H2O2 in the alkaline medium react with either Cl2, means chlorine gas, or the hypochlorite ion, that means ClO minus, then in between this reaction there must be some nascent oxygen is produced, and we know that nascent oxygen because of the and nascent oxygen accumulate energy from the reaction medium and promoted to the higher excited state, and when it return back to the ground state it emits a particular wavelength radiation which is red in color. And the fifth one is the electron transfer reaction, and it is very common in electron transfer reaction. Lot of reactions are known where when electron is transferred from the donor to acceptor species a particular wavelength light is emitted, and this is we can known as generally chemiluminescence. And sixth one is the interaction between the aromatic anion, that is Ar minus, and the cation Ar plus. They are generally generated during the electrolysis of large polycyclic hydrocarbon. This type of hydrocarbon, what happen when they are react, it means one aromatic anions and one aromatic cations interact, then one of the aromatic species is come back to the ground state because of this reaction, and one accumulates energy and promoted to the excited state, that is singlet excited state. And this is the mechanism of this particular reaction. It's very easy because in the aromatic hydrocarbon normal condition, normal aromatic hydrocarbon, 2 electron present in the bonding MO. Okay, so when Ar minus is formed, that means one extra electron should be present in the anti-bonding MO because bonding is already filled, and Ar plus is produced because of the removal of this one of the bonding MO that is present in the neutral Ar species. So when they react, what happened, then one of the electron in the anti-bonding MO is transferred from this anti-bonding MO to here bonding MO. Okay, and it undergo the normal Ar molecules. Okay, and when this anti-bonding MO is empty because of this reaction, the energy promoted the next electron or the second electron to the anti-bonding MO, and definitely the spin orientation of this electron when it goes from the bonding MO to anti-bonding MO should be antiparallel to each other, so that the excited species that is generated is a singlet species. So the aromatic anion Ar minus contains 2 paired electron in the bonding MO or bonding molecular orbital, and an unpaired electron in the anti-bonding molecular orbital, that is ABMO. The antibonding molecular orbital of the aromatic cation Ar plus is empty because we know that when the electrons is transferred from the antibonding MO of the anion to the antibonding MO of the cation in such a way that the singlet excited state Ar star, but one in means singlet state is formed, and the excited state can be deactivated by the emission of the photon of energy h nu. So this is the mechanism of the aromatic chemiluminescence reaction. And the seventh one is the luminescence observed at night in the ocean is probably due to the decay of the luminous jellyfish, and we know that jellyfish is another very common example of biochemiluminescence. Means inside their body they have a particular type of chemicals, and when they are undergo reaction they emit radiation, and this is very beautiful to look and observe. The night they observe, that means it looks like that the light is waving in the ocean. Okay,